Leo, this is your tarot reading for the dates of June 4th through June 10th. Welcome back, all subscribers, and hello to everyone. This is going to be an excellent reading, Leos, because we pulled the Six of Swords card for you, and then we also have the Transformation card, or Release card, typically known as the Death card. But there is no true death, so keep that in mind. Let's talk about the Six of Swords card. This is an excellent card to see in a reading. I'll tell you why. Because we're about to enter a new phase in our life. The gentleman is in his gondola. I'm saying this is in Venice, just for purposes of understanding what's in the picture. Gondolier in his gondola, and he's guiding his occupants of the gondola safely down the channel waters. So he's leaving the past behind that doesn't serve him anymore. This card hints at either travel over water, relocation, facing your fears square on instead of evading them. So it's a wonderful card to pull. It's also the New Dawn card, because he's leaving past here the future, the present time that's not as bright as the future. So the new dawn awaits him over here in the forefront of the card. As you can see, the bright lights in the city that he's going to. This looks like Venice. And yeah, an opportunity to move or relocate, and also that hardships are disappearing. So that's the hardships are disappearing. So that's the great message of this card, that everything that we were troubled by is passing on and out. They serve their purpose. The Release card talks even more about that time of transformation. And it talks about how we're leaving situations that don't serve us behind. And here, this reminds me, this is very regal, as the fairy sits and she's dressed in peacock feathers, and she's holding a white bouquet, and she has a white dove in this hand, which hints at immortality. And great transformation, leaving again situations behind that don't serve us anymore. You've outgrown this phase in your life. Not only doesn't it serve you, but you learned what you were supposed to, and now you've definitely outgrown this phase in your life. You are truly the caterpillar that turns into a butterfly. You've made lemonade out of lemons. Now let's talk a little bit more about what the Supreme Being has to tell you, beautiful Leos. He says to work with like-minded people and cast roses on the water, meaning if you want to do something symbolically for the events that happened in London, this is a great way to move this out of your space so that you don't have to sit in grief and mourning. Look at the cup half full and tell people your concerns instead of letting them vent, instead of you being the counselor. So you give yourself the opportunity to have someone listen to you and your concerns. And now I'm going to listen to anything else that the Supreme Being has to tell us. Somebody out there is beginning to lose faith, so they really need to look at the cup half full. This will really be the opportunity to regain your faith. He's cautioning you not to look at the world events. Do not take your cue from the world events, because they will lead you astray. You really need to go inwards. And he's reminding us that during wartime, people found their greatest strengths. And that's a heck of a way, or heaven of a way, to find out what your metal is, what you're made of. But we can always find joy because it's always within our grasp. And we can always ask for help because the Supreme Being is always there for us. We just have to reach out and ask. And he will even give us signs that he is indeed controlled and that he has you safely in the palm of his hand. He is guiding you along and helping you along. You know, watching the news, the sensationalism of the news is just that. They have to get their ratings in order to stay on the air. So you don't need to allow them to sensationalize your life. Just know that, just hit the highlights of the news and then turn it off. You know, if you have a phone, just, you know, look at or postulate that if you need to know something, that it will be brought to your attention, that somebody will come, a like-minded individual will come to you and let you know the thing that you aren't aware of at that moment. And if you're honest with yourself and you know that the news is affecting your day and not in a positive way, then give yourself some time away from it. I'm not saying be a hermit and hole up in your room or house, but sometimes being alone and just doing some of the simpler things and investing in the simple joys of life is where it's at. Because that in itself might improve your life, and you get to do what you feel is right and healthy for you. And you have to know that the news is not always accurate. So if you know that they're playing games in order to capture ratings or distract people from other world events, then knowing that, then it's probably tuning into your own inner source. God is going to provide you with the information that you truly need. And then also, to make yourself feel better, a random act of kindness. Paying for somebody's toll if you cross the bridge in the Bay Area, or, that's just one example. Giving money to the homeless, donating clothes. Random acts of kindness, smiling at people, with no condition, just unconditional things. And thank you so much. I enjoy what I do. I hope that this week brings you love and joy. And thank you so much. I really do love the time we spend together. Till I see you again.